1, 2. My inventory blanked. But yeah, I'm thinking of instead hitting up Ashenvale, jumping to a different topic. Yeah, I'm thinking of jump. Oh yeah, I was saying about the stuff over in Silthus. There is some like power, that special sand or something that you can gather once and Horde are fighting over it. Once you grab it, you can't mount, so you gotta run on foot all the way to your faction base. I'm not sure if it's like Warsong in that the shamans have a straight advantage over every other like race or well, class. Yeah, shamans are their own race. Humans, night elves, shaman. It's obvious. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's like Warsong in that shamans have that advantage because they can grab the flag in Warsong and then run. Um, but in Ghostful form, so they move at a speed of a slightly crippled mount. Slightly, still moving faster than you on foot. Um, Notice that the Horde always complain about, the Alliance advantages in AV, ignoring the fact that they have Olympic sprinters in capture the flag mode, while the Alliance don't. But anyway. Um, why are these insects not made of insect parts? Oh, my freaking arm. Reinforced steel lockbox. I can open that, but I'm not sure if it's worthwhile. Unlike a rogue, my lockpicking ain't free. Though on the side note, I am tempted in taking up lockpicking IRL as a hobby. Been watching, not the lockpicking lawyer, but the other guy. The dude who just frequently just bangs locks together. Or, throws. Like, he did one video of unlocking stuff with trying to unlock a lock via throwing axe. Sensuously rubbing the lock before plunging his pick in. So very erotic. I like the guy's work, but I can never. McNally, I think he is. His vid up on his channel, like he lockpicks a lot of master locks, and he's a vid up on his channel of him like lockpicking one of their things outside their HQ, or at least one of their offices. I want to avoid the swarmers because I have no AoE. I'm better in a single target damage situation. Seriously, what's with the lack of friggin' insect parts on these insects? What are they made out of? Candy floss? They certainly aren't hitting like it. Seriously? Nothing? Honestly, like, looking at it now, I never really thought much about it. It's just like, oh, they have living hives. Moving on. This silted have fucking living hives. This is some fucking horror shit. Goddamn. I kind of, on some level, keep expecting the Silhouette to get up. Like the hive to move, to stir. But it may be twitching, but it's not alive. I'm really sure on the point of twitching. It's just like moving in the breeze. Calling it alive may be a misnomer. Could be just weird appendages twitching in the wind than actual twitching. Oh, shit. Howdy. Finally. Can't mount here? Well, look, I don't respect Silhouette regulations. I barely respect human regulations, never mind Silhouette. Alternatively, calm down, Professor Oak. You can't ride your bike here. Spam clicks ended up clicking before I actually pressed down the left trigger. There's actually ore down there. Mitchell. Makes sense. Wonder how the Cenarian Circle feels about the betrayal of Staghelm. So much is handled in like side material. I don't know details. Though there's one thing I do dislike about how WoW handles side material. It's that like you can get the WoW comics, but I think pretty typically they're non-canon. Like they may have cool story in them, but they're large part non-canon. Whatever they depict will never seems to get referenced in universe. Like Khadgar, as far as the game's concerned, is the new Guardian of Terrasville. Though he doesn't want the mantle, he doesn't want the position. Medivh says that's what makes him a good one. As far as Medivh's concerned, he's still the friggin' Guardian. But in the comics, Medivh has a son, Medivhan, who's, part orc, part Draenei, part human. Though he was sired, well, Medivh, as far as I know, he was sired, well, Medivh was still possessed by Sargeras. So who knows what level of corruption he's operating on. And he, yeah, mounting is kind of worthless here. Bravosaur's trainer. Okay, are you hostile? Doesn't seem so. But, let's not get too close. But, yeah, Medivh's son is the new Guardian of Terrasville. He has Medivh's staff, something that Khadgar now has, with no explanation. He has Medivh's staff. He is an insanely powerful, mage. There's a bit of a story in the comics where they end up going back into Encourage and they find the remains of Khatoon being resurrected by the guy at the start of Cataclysm, the first, the first dungeon of first raid of Cataclysm, Cho'Gall. You know how he's covered in eyes? Actually, that is one thing that they took from the comics that is canon. Cho'Gall being covered in eyes. That happens to him because of his communion with Khatoon and trying to resurrect him. So that is something that's from the comics that made it into the game, but beyond that, nothing. There's no reference to the guy trying to res Khatoon. There's no reference to any of that. To Medivhan and other named characters. You saw her back in BFA. There was a Sanguinar or something. It was some like blood elf rogue, high elf rogue that worked for the Alliance. She had some like vampiric or blood teeming to her. She was involved, I think, as well as maybe Bearmantle. I can't remember the deets, but like significant characters are tied in with it, but nothing's heard of it in game. And like I said, there's no mention of Medivhan anywhere in WoW. So like, and there's also some squad put together by Grom's kid when he became War Chief, and like an unnamed Earth Elemental made enhanced Centaur, perfect Centaur, to take over, and they're grabbing trolls, orc slaves, like a ton of horde slaves, with the intent of eventually sieging Orgrimmar and Thunderbluff. This squad takes him down. With difficulty, takes him down. Ooh, I could have just bought the own girl, so I figured it would be a quest item. Should have checked into that. Or maybe it is. No, I saw correctly. I could have bought it. Nice.
It's too far away.
But so yeah, there's tons of different stories in the comics, and very little, if any, well, very little makes it into WoW. The Super Centaurs, nothing. That squad that put him down, no. Medivh's kid, no. Cho'Gall getting extra eyes, yes. That's it, as far as I know. My knowledge of the comics isn't all-knowing and all-consuming. Like with Valerian, as far as I remember, in WoW there was the whole him being split into two thing, or there being a second Valerian, but it wasn't him split in two. It was just a flatly evil doppelganger, I think, or maybe they didn't do that at all, and there being a double was solely a comic thing. I honestly don't remember. But it's frustrating because there can be cool stories in the comics. Very thin. It's like a flattened JPEG. But there can be very cool stories in the comics, but you won't see much of that in WoW at all. So if you see something in there that you like, well, you gotta treat it as its own universe, you know? Kinda sucks, you know? You buy this expanded material to see more of the setting you like, but you're not actually seeing more of the setting you like. You're basically reading paid fanfic. Huh. An abandoned camp. It's funny, in here they're probably going to send me out to this camp to salvage supplies or something. In Canada, and because they've had to flee up there, but in Canada, the Guardians flush them out of up there and send them back down to here. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, basically there's cool, interesting stories in the comics, but you'll never see them in WoW. There's interesting characters and stuff, or potentially interesting characters anyway, and you'll never see them in WoW. I'm not sure why Blizzard puts out these comics if they don't, want them, consider them canon and whatnot. I suppose if there was like an upfront, like, okay, look, we're putting out these stories. If they're well received, they're canon, and we'll include them in the game somehow. If not, then we won't. So, like, don't worry if there's a dud, We're, taking your opinions in mind. Thank you. The Crystal Ponds of Angora are a mystery to all. To the few inhabitants here, they're a source of legend, with much speculation as to their purpose. Let's go further left. The Ravasor is a horde-only mount in Classic, and there's but for the Alliance, if you go to Winter Spring, you can raise a cub. And that's into a cat. And that's an Alliance-only mount, as far as I know. The Night Stalkers. Yeah, you get a white one. There's really no need for me to fight anything here yet. My bones ache. I'm gathering these because they are actually needed for a quest. I vaguely remember being here way back when. Vaguely. Never did Lincoln's quest, though. Our Lord. Let's avoid Star-Lord there. Have you seen all the wonderful things here in Ungoro Gurik? It's simply amazing. Not as amazing as some of the things I can make with my skill at engineering, or for being all natural here. It's not too bad. My uncle Rem Travel loves stuff like this. I'm following in his footsteps, kinda. Want to discover new things from lost cultures too. Chasing Amy? Oh, what? Unfortunately, something's happened to one of my greatest inventions. You've seen mechanical squirrels, yes? Well, to get closer to the apes of Ungoro Crater, I created a mechanical ape to blend in with their kind. Called her Amy 01. She has scrying gems for eyes, so I could see everything she saw. She made a fungal rock, the ape's lair, just east of here. That's when I lost contact. Last thing I saw was one of their alpha males rushing up to say hello to her. Can you help me find her? Spraggle Frock. That's not the only Fraggle Rock reference they have here in the game. They have one in um, Darnassus, or Teldrassil.
What can I do for you?
Hello, stranger, and welcome to the Untamed Majesty of Ungoro Crater. My name is Wilden Marshall. My sister, her companions, and I make up Marshall Expeditions, scientists and explorers of Azeroth's wild and great unknown. We've had a bit of a rough patch here, and we're looking for some help if you have time.
Have a good one.
I don't know how you made it here, but you're a sight for sore eyes. I'm Wilden Marshall, and I lead a non-aligned expedition troop. Our latest and greatest endeavor was met with what seemed like countless disasters, most serious of which being the underestimated savagery of Ungoro Crater. So we fled our base camps into southwestern and northeastern parts of the crater, left behind vital supplies. You look like you're capable enough. Can you help us by getting them back?
Safe travel.
Hey there.
Hello there. I'm Hall Anyi? The chief scientist and biologist of Marshall Expeditions. My brother and I, along with our companions, travel Azeroth's, exploring the wild and untamed majesty. It is exciting, but I think we got got ourselves into a little too much excitement this time.
See you around.
Just because we've suffered a setback doesn't mean the research must stop. We're investigating the Gorashi insects in the southern part of the crater for winding up here. Their presence is alien to the ecology of Ungoro. I want to know why. Their hive network must be larval hatcheries. You can identify these places by their hanging larval spawns. Use this file to take a sample of the hive wall near any of the hatcheries. Bring it back to me for study, but be careful. Oh, are siltids after getting in here? Alright then. I know the way to and from Gadgeton. All I need for you is to keep the beasts off of us. I've trained Dagdagan how to defend herself pretty well. Can't handle the overgrown madness out there for long. We know when you're ready to go. Well, does Dagdagan like to eat? Since we've begun to understand the crater, Dagdagan's taken a liking to the large blood petal sprouts that grow all over the place. I'm sure she would enjoy a snack if you like bringing her some. 15 of them, Jesus. For all the love that is holy and dear, please tell me you've come to deliver us from this forsaken place. Though I'm with Marshall Expeditions, I will give you the gold teeth from my mount, climb inside your backpack, and leave this place. Sure. What do you think of Dagdagan? Yeah, I know Dagdagan dislikes smoke. From the smell of it, though, seems like Dagdagan dislikes baiting. You think being the chief digger for Marshall Expeditions means I like digging. There might be worse things to do in this world, but none really leap to mind. We're supposed to be digging in Terra Run, fantastic name by the way, for dead Stegodons and Dimetrodons. Well, there are plenty of live ones there too. Will and Hull are still all about studying this death trap, so we need those dinosaur bones. Between you and me though, bringing some live ones work out just as well. Spark Nil Miner. JD calling. You probably weren't expecting to find me in this cave, were you? My name's JD, and I can't really tell you much about how I got here. What I can tell you is that this cave is my home now. I spend my time studying the strange crystals that can be found all over the crater.
Be seeing you.
I'm sure you've noticed them, Gorik. They're everywhere. What am I talking about? Why, the crystals, of course. The crystals. They're all over the crater. Most people ignore them, but I have a strange feeling that they hold power within them. Been doing experiments here with them for a while, but can't seem to find anything. Well, haven't yet, anyway. So I'm running a little low on crystals I have here. Think you might be able to collect some more for me.
Off and away.
I'm actually nearly done this quest. Almost looks like a 2D sprite, some of those. I just don't know, it's getting head-on flashbacks. Fun game. I am waiting for the last act to come out. Hopefully it is still in development.
I need to get closer.
Beware of a pterodax, a skilled fighter to deal with the threat of pterodax that inhabit the Ungo crater. Numbers are growing and are becoming a menace to travelers in the area. Increase population by slaying 10 pterodax and 15 frenzied pterodax. Speak with Spraggle Frock after completing task for reward. It's kind of an improvement, but it's kind of not. I'm not really caring about the other guy's gold because it's actually an alcohol rather than actual gold.
Hello.
See you, Larian over there. It's his fault we're here. I told him we were going the wrong way, but would he listen? And would you believe that he's the one that won't speak to me? Well, until he changes his mind, let's have a bit of fun with him. You know strange plant creatures around here? They're none but trouble, really, but I think if trained properly, I could get them to obey commands. First, the thing, though. I need some samples study. Think you can collect them?
See you later.
Oh. A horde aligned dwarf. My god. I was wondering if I could get quests for him and like, or they're gonna, could I engage in the pissing match with the two of them? But no, there's actually a whole distinctive thing. Well, I'm afraid you won't be seeing,
I'm out of range.
you won't be seeing me, come through here on a horde. I'm tempted in playing a bit of an undead black warlock as a tribute to my original character, but I have no plans on actually leveling it far. Then again, I had no plans on leveling Gorik as far as I have. I was thinking I might play past that first session, but then I kind of got hooked. At least I can say that this isn't being banjaxed in translation and no idiot's putting in his own story instead of the story I'm paying to read. Knock it off.
I need to start with something first. It's too far away. I need to get closer.
God, the banging. Neighbors. Constantly stomping or hammering or doing something. It's frustrating. They aren't above us, thankfully. It'd be even worse then, but they are next to us. And it's just leaking through the walls.
That's still
Excuse me.
that spell isn't ready.
Just fucking die. No. You have my undivided attention. Or at least as undivided as my attention goes.
I can't handle
Okay, you do have to kill these plants to get the blood petals. Gotcha. I was when they were saying, "Oh, collect me blood petals," I thought I was gonna have to find like mini plants to gather, rather than killing the blood petal lashers. I thought I was gonna have to just like pick up little small plants, plant enemies that are running around.
I'm out of range.
It's only fledglings. Oh. Well, we're to do a genocide to call the numbers. It's... They apparently don't want us killing the young ones. Look, if you're gonna do a genocide, you gotta start with the young. Just need to check mail for a second. Or check my messages. I haven't gotten any. That's fine. Anything? YouTube? No. That's fine. There we go. I had to wait a sec for the thing to close. Oh, you dro- I hope you can sustain. Oh, there's 2E. Blood corruption. Increased damage taken by 7.
That's still recharging.
Nope. Jesus. Well done to them. They blitzed that thing. That was terrifying. Well, 55 elite. They walked right into it. Thankfully, it's short-sighted. I think I may need to stop. Just, I'll tab for a second again. Need to send a message. You keep watching there for a second, folks. You can tell me if I'm about to get killed. Oh, they're making anime, disallowed from other worlds? I can't remember what it's called. I can't say the Japanese name. Izaki Shikaku? Um, am I about to die? No, I'm not. Angora was very much not the place to AFK. So, part of the reason why I did, left the recording going. So you can see where I went wrong. Damn, should have did that first. They probably wouldn't have crit then. God damn it. I have an issue finding these plants. Ooh. Get stunned, you piece of shit. Apparently recently they also changed another quest. In Canada, you do a quest with this like Don Quixote-esque knight, where you wants to fight the good fight and whatnot. Save the maidens by killing one maiden's pet, which is depressing. And then he tries to help another maiden. It's just a night elf dude. Sorry, not a night elf dude. It's a blood elf dude. But yeah, he mis-IDs him as a chick. So, they apparently removed that bit. I'm not sure how they've restructured it now. But yeah, they apparently removed it. Offensive, presumably. Yeah.
It's too far away.
Maybe it's to make up for the whole, scandals they're involved in. Oh, it's like changing the posters of women, the paintings of women in the game, to data bowls of fruit. Seriously. Harvest that. Check messages.